that's happened to me,
Yeah.
where I'm streaming the race and the grid becomes stagnant, so they have to reset the lobby, make a new one with a custom grid. And yeah, there's a chance that when the host leaves, the game crashes on you.
And that's exactly what happened to us here tonight, guys. By the way, we're back live now. So, everybody, I'm really sorry about that. I will send out the new link everywhere right now so you guys can rejoin into the stream. And hopefully we'll get going here in a moment. Yeah, I really hope that Codemasters can figure this out, because especially I feel like, you know, with F1 2018 and 2019, we had these issues, but we had them very early on in the game. And then they came up with like a patch or two, and everything kind of got resolved. This year, I feel like they're releasing new patches and patches and patches, but nothing really gets resolved. Like, none of the issues are getting solved. It's just, they're sort of just putting like a band-aid on top of it.
Yeah, it's nice to see them add some new content here and there with these patches, like with the changes in the livery designs and adding the rainbows on the race cars and onto the safety car and whatnot. But yeah, there's kind of these game-breaking glitches that need to be resolved, and I know, like, the world isn't exactly ideal right now in terms of its current climate, but yeah, it's just a bit frustrating that these problems still exist in the game after, well, how many months has it been out now? About 3 or so months, I think, and we still have these technical problems with the lobbies. So, and these weren't really a thing in 2019 after the first few patches came out.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
were quite quickly resolved, and from my experience as a commentator and as a driver, there were very few technical issues with the lobbies themselves. They ran pretty efficiently. They seem to have done a Ferrari and taken a massive step backwards. So, yeah, it's not ideal.
Well, we're back to it now. Thank you everybody who's been able to rejoin, if anybody has rejoined the stream so far. It's unfortunate, but these things happen. And we are back live now. We're just waiting so that all of our drivers can rejoin back as well, and we will get going again. It's going to be a custom grid according to the qualifying session that we just had. I'm pretty much just gonna, you know, rename the other stream to Round 6 qualifying Platinum class in Spa instead of the Grand Prix.
What I do as well when this kind of stuff happens. It's been a while and I've experienced it, but yeah, just simple retitle. We got qualifying and then we got the race. So.
Yeah. And yeah, people are starting to rejoin now as well. I'm just gonna go quiet here for just one moment while we're waiting to get back into it. But Smeg, if you wanna talk to the viewers, go ahead.
Yeah, well, let's have a look. We got the custom grid. Now, it'll be interesting to see what the drivers start on. Now, I'm pretty sure there are regulations within almost every league that the drivers will still have to start on the tyres that they qualified on. Well, at least for the top 10. For our drivers outside of it, though, they have to start on the tyres that they selected before this lobby glitch happened. I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll find out once everyone loads up onto the grid and we get to see what tyres that they start on. Custom weather, which is good to see, so the drivers don't have to deal with like this mysterious rain period because of if you have it on dynamic weather. But will that change sort of the cloud cover? Will it be properly clear conditions rather than overcast? That will be interesting to see as well. But and it's not great when you have to do these lobby resets as well, because what it means is that drivers have to select the setup, and I've done it personally where we've done a lobby reset, we line up on the grid, and I can Anything's better than default, dearie me. But looking at the Discord, I'll have a quick look at the Discord, see what's going on. Drivers are just sorting themselves out, making sure they're all in the right seats. Pretty sure everyone's selected a seat as well. There we go, everyone has. So I'm assuming within a matter of minutes, the drivers will begin to ready up. Everything else looks okay. No practice, no quality, custom grid, car performance equal. Everything looks good.
And I'm back.
Hello, Blin. But yeah, I think everyone's in their seats. Rules and settings look okay, so I think we'll be getting back underway very shortly. So
that would be good, yeah. It definitely sucks a little bit when you have to restart a stream. Apart from losing all the viewers that have to rejoin again, it also sucks from the perspective of, you know, the time-wise. Like, it definitely chews into your time. I know that a couple of our drivers here are from Europe, and that might be quite difficult for them because they're already racing right now in, you know, 1 a.m. or something like that, their time. But now it's going to be a little bit of a longer session. There we go. People are starting to ready up now. Does this sort of work like a restart, do you think, mentally on our drivers here tonight? Do you think they have to sort of readjust their focus again and retune?
It is annoying when you have to do this restart. Yeah, you fall out of the rhythm that you established in qualifying. So yeah, it's effectively a red flag or a delayed start. So drivers sort of have to refocus and amp themselves up again for the race. But as I mentioned while you were away, the most important thing that the drivers have to remember is that they have to choose a setup. Because when you're on the grid, you'll have default. You won't have the setup that you had from qualifying. So
hopefully they have it saved.
Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, if someone forgets, we'll definitely see it for sure. Because running 6.6 wings around Belgium isn't exactly the best thing to run with. So we'll definitely notice it if someone forgets.
And we are running the regular corner cutting rules here one more time in this season. For this particular track, the stewards are going to be closely watching 2 turns in particular. It's going to be turn 4, of course, Radion. You want to try and keep at least 1 wheel on the white line. I know in regular the game will not penalize you for taking all 4 wheels off, but I know that our stewards will be watching that. And then the compound of turns 10 and 11 was a Pouron, or how do you say that name of that?
Pouron.
Pouron, yeah, there.
Yeah,
Poupon,
there we go.
yeah. So those 2 corners are tricky, and a lot of drivers like to go out very wide on the exit of turn 10. So over there, the drivers are allowed to pretty much take, you know, 3 wheels onto, or yeah, 3 wheels onto the curb, or pretty much all of their car onto the curb. As long as they don't go outside of the curb, the stewards will be happy with that. So looks like session is going to be starting in just over 10 seconds now. Everybody's pretty much readied up. Hopefully this time we won't have any delays on the starting grid, because I'm getting really excited for this one. I want to see them go racing.
Yeah, and it looks like the conditions are very similar as well. There's still sort of a gloomy look over the racetrack, so we might see that mysterious rain coming in potentially towards the end of the race, where it just makes the racetrack all greasy. Doesn't quite go to intermediates, just makes the track greasy. Now let's have a look at tyres. Now, okay, there is a slight change because there's now 5 drivers on the medium.
Yeah, I think somebody decided to switch to a medium from their previous soft.
I think that might have been Tasmanian Devil. I think.
That's something that the stewards might take a look at as well, because I know you're supposed to start with the same strategy during a restart. It's not like a black flag when you can come into the pits and change your wheels and change some broken parts.
I did mention that while you were gone. I didn't quite know what ruling you had under sort of these sort of restarts, whether the drivers outside the top 10 still had to start on the compound that they selected after qualifying. But now I've heard and confirmed that you are supposed to be starting on the tyres you selected. So that'll be interesting to see what the stewards say.
A little turn of events here to start off this round. The predicted pit strategy is now saying lap 8 to 10, going either onto the medium or to the hards. It's pretty much showing that you can go on either one of the compounds and make it until the end of the race. Now, degradation on a medium around here, I'm not sure that this track really works hard on tire degradation as much as it does for tire temperatures, especially, you know, if you lose the car, if it snaps on you through one of the high-speed corners, that can definitely affect you for the next couple of laps. You know, do you think, what do you think is best, really, to go on that medium or on that hard tire? What would you do?
Oh, dear me. Probably the medium compound. Like, honestly, I would try and avoid the hards as much as I can, unless it was something desperate and I had no other choice than going on to the hard tires. Yeah, just mediums, avoid hards. Mediums. Medium is good tire. Hard, not good tire. Leave it alone.
Alright, the starting grid for you guys, just a reminder again: Secret on pole position, Sean in second, TCR Breezy in third, Mabio 1 in fourth, W in fifth, Go-To Guy in sixth, Failed UX in seventh, FYKV85 in 8th place, 007 TR Lion in 14th, End of the World in 15th place, and Tasmanian Devil did not set a time in qualifying, and he is rounding up the grid right now as he is pulling up into his pit box. And all of our drivers are now lining up on the grid, and I think this time we're actually gonna go. There go the lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and the lights go out, and we get a little bit of a start glitch, it looked like there, but now Sequid got a pretty good start, but TCR Breezy is almost alongside him. There's almost 5 wide into turn 1 there, but everybody makes it through so far. I saw a couple of cars drop a couple of positions, but no wings broken just yet there. Some changing of position already. Chatty Duck Movers. FYKV is now thinking about going for a move on Go-To Guy, and so is Sean, and so is Emebi, and Sequid is having to fight off Breezy as they go into turn 5 for the first time, and now Sean diving down the inside of turn 6 on Mebi and getting the position, but a little bit of touching there, a little bit of wheel banging, still wheel banging going on into the next corner now as well, and Sean moves himself back up into third place. Looks like he lost a couple of positions there. I had to regain them back on the first lap there, and there goes Go-To Guy into Poupon for the first time and losing a little bit of time on Mebi there, but he was very close to the back of him. FYKV in 6th place is looking up the front of the back wing of a Go-To Guy and thinking about making a move pretty soon there. Pretty good start overall, Smeg. What would you think about that?
Yeah, very clean, very efficient from all of these drivers. No accidents as of yet. The only driver that I have seen who has damage is Tasmanian Devil all the way down in 14th place. He has an end plate missing, so he's going to fall down the water, probably down to last place. Yeah, aero damage around this circuit is pretty noticeable, to say the least, so he might have to dive into the pits and get that replaced, or perhaps try and fight it out. Pray for a safety car. In fact, Hazzy's been spun at the bus stop chicane. I think he's going to actually go in. Yes, he is. Try and get that replaced. Making contact with the McLaren there of the Naso fighting. Yeah. Interesting.
Oh, failed UX. Yeah, he went super wide there. I think he missed his braking spot into turn 1 and went super wide outside of the track there, but managed to recover. Sean now right up the back of TCR Breezy on the straight there with no DRS just yet. Gonna go for a dive around the outside. Breezy touches the wheel and he's into the barrier there. I think he might get damage from that. He does get damage. He's missing an end plate and he's dropped down to 6th place after that incident there with Sean. That was very, very close between the two drivers, and it got a little bit too close. And now Failed UX is right up the back of GTR Lion. Breezy is losing time now to W behind them because of that damage on his front wing. He's probably going to have to pit, and he's probably going to be one of those drivers going to that hard tire that we were trying to avoid so hard.
Circle Tasmanian Devil, when he made his pit stop, he decided to go onto the soft tyre, so he's probably going to do 2 soft stints during this race, seeing as he used the medium tyre right at the beginning. So, with Breezy though, he does have wing damage. He's missing a front right end plate. Like I said, he might be able to just chuck it onto the mediums and go to the end. The medium tyre does not wear. In fact, any of the tyres just generally don't wear around this circuit. So if he is going to go in, which he isn't, he's going to try and fight this out for as long as he can with this wing. Try and make his stint onto the mediums a bit less demanding, as Lion sends it down the inside of W at the source, side by side down the endurance pit straight. He gets a move done before Rouge, so he slots himself down.
But now up the hill, we are on lap 3, so this is DRS enabled now. TCR Breezy didn't pit, he's going to continue on with his damage. W now has DRS on GTR Lion, GTR Lion has DRS on Breezy. He's trying to defend down the inside into the next corner. Down the inside goes W, they touch, massive touch there. GTR Lion managing to keep it together. W is still trying to put it down the inside into the next corner. Now they go into turn 8, this is going to be dangerous.
They keep it clean for the moment. Some pretty hard racing. I'm quite surprised there was no damage from the initial contact at turn 5. But they're still side by side heading into Pouon, turn 10. This will be a nightmare. All 4 wheels off for W. He tries to hang it around the outside, but to no avail. GTR Lion hangs on as Chatty Dark makes a move. Failed UX, not quite. Heading into turn 13. Wasn't able to make a move.
And still in first place with 1.6 gap to Sean in second. 1.2 seconds back from him is Maybe 01. Go-to guy within the DRS zone of Maybe in fourth. FYKV just about a second behind them. TCR Breezy has a little bit of damage on his front wing after he had that little bit of a touch with the wall, and he goes into the pits now, and we're watching the battle now all the way up to about 7th or 6th place between Chatty Duck, Failed UX, W, and GTR Lion. All of them putting on a huge show right now here. It looks like Failed UX got a way better exit out of turn 1 there, and he is lining up for a move on W as they're coming through Radion and on Rouge, the most famous corners on this whole track, and you can definitely see why. The skies are still looking gloomy. We don't have any rain or anything just yet. It seems to be dry for now. W going around the outside of GTR Lion there, missing the corner completely, going off the track, rejoining, slowing down though to let people through there. Very nice from him, admitting that he has made a mistake and letting go. Oh, Chatty Duck running right into the back of Failed UX. Doesn't seem to have damage though, but that pushed W off the track. 007 goes through for 9th place. W drops down to 10th. Now 007 into Poupon together with Chatty Duck side by side. Oh my god, this is gonna be nerve-wracking. We're only on lap 4 of 22, and these guys are pushing it hard already.
Yeah, these guys desperately want track position now. It seems only lap 4, and they're battling as if their lives depended on it. It's good to watch, not going to lie, but these guys might be a bit furious with themselves because of how much time they're losing to the top 5. You can see on the minimap, the top 5 are heading through the bus stop to came down. The midfield are only just going through Blanchimont. Lion 6 seconds behind the finish driver in P5, so yeah, and these guys are going to have quite a hard time trying to catch back up. They would desperately need a safety car in order to try and neutralise the field, have a track for those top 5 positions. So It's good to
away from 007. He's now thinking about making a move on GTR Lion as they're coming into the DRS zone. DRS open. He's not using his overtake, but look at that speed advantage that he's gaining down the straight. Even before they make it into the corner, Failed UX up into 6th place. 007 having to settle for 7th at the moment. He's going to have to try and fight that back, but a little bit further behind them, Chatty Duck, W, End of the World, KGB Black Angel, and Sea Freeze fighting for the last couple of point-paying positions in this race here tonight. At the front, Sequid 2.5 seconds clear of Sean. Sean has 1.5 seconds clear on Mebi, and then Mebi has 1.4 seconds on Go-To Guy as well. FYKV another 1.6 seconds behind, and then Failed UX is kind of in no man's land right now, all by himself with the pressure of GT Lion right behind him. He just overtook him there for that 6th place, but with the DRS around here, and look at Lion getting way better traction and exits out of corners. He might not even need the DRS. He's about to possibly make an overtake into the bus stop chicane.
Here we go through Blanchimont, absolutely flat out. Now Failed will go defensive here, heading into the bus stop chicane. Moves the car sort of into the middle of the racetrack, not really giving Lion any sort of opportunity to make a move anywhere. Down the pit straightaway, heading into the source. It isn't really an overtaking place on the circuit, and the straight itself isn't particularly long. It's just about the setup going through Eau Rouge and Radion and trying to make a move on the Camel Straight, heading into leg on 35. See through here, up the hill through Radion. Opens DRS, going to gain a lot of momentum. Overtake mode engaged. Failed is going to try and go defensive, it seems, but GTR Lion doesn't quite have the momentum to make the move, so he'll stay in 7th from now.
Oh, Chatty Duck and W, they made a little bit of a bump there as they went through the corner side by side, and still side by side now into the next corner, into the hard right-hander of turn 8. Let's see how this is going to turn up. W holds the position around the outside as they go into turn 9 now. And very good job there from W defending that position nice and clean without any sort of incidents. It was a little tiny bit of a bump, but they don't seem to have any sort of damage on their front wings. The two racing points of 007 and GTR Lion very close to each other, still keeping the pressure on Failed UX. But Sequid still pulling out his gap at the front there on Sean, doing a very good job here. I don't even want to turn away from this battle in the midfield, though. This is too exciting.
It is. That's a problem with the leaders. They're too good, they're too clean, and it's boring to watch. The midfield stuff is where you want to look. These guys are still going at a hammer and tongs. Oh my word, the Williams has just pushed Chatty Duck off the circuit. I don't believe it. I believe that was end of the world, but just before Blanchimont, Chatty Duck and End of the World, I think, they were side by side just before Blanchimont, turn 17, and the Williams just pushed Chatty Duck off the circuit out wide. Deary me. There's been a bit of contact here and there, I must say, but that's a bit unnecessary, I would think. I hope that was just a small accident there, but it's resulting in Chatty Duck dropping down to 13th place.
007 closing up to GTR Lion. He's just set a first sector in purple, but not close enough on this one. Oh my goodness, there GTR Lion almost losing the car through the next corner. 007 going down the inside of him into turn 8. Failed UX going a little bit wide there as well. This is definitely going to help out 007, and he moves up into 7th position now, ahead of his teammate. But
he's just lost the position. He's just lost P2.
And I just saw a yellow flag as well coming through Puba, and I'm wondering if that was for him.
It must have been, because yeah, he was comfortably in 2nd. Now he's down in 3rd place. Now, the thing is with Pouan at turn 10, that inside curve really unsettles the car. You want to try and avoid it at all costs. I just wonder if he maybe just put an inside wheel on that curve and just sort of unsettled the car and put it into a half spin. It doesn't look like damage on the car, so I don't think he hit a wall or anything. But he's lost a lot of ground and a lot of momentum, and in fact he's going in. He's about to whip the pit window, lap 8 of 22. Perhaps will try and get an undercut on the rivals around him.
It's not changing a front wing, so at least he does not have any sort of damage. He's putting on the hards, and he is going to drop quite a few positions, though. That is definitely going to hurt his race so far. I'm not sure if he should have gone on that hard tire. I mean, according to the pit stop strategy, it was showing you can do lap 8 and go on the medium, so...
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I guess maybe he's counting on the fact that that medium might not be anywhere near the hard runners towards the end of the race there. He might be able to hold it off just on tire wear. We'll have to wait and see. Damaso now is thinking about going for a move on Sean, but Sean in 11th place coming out of the pits. He's way quicker than Damaso down on the straight, so it's not going to be a move for Damaso just yet. And now Sean is going to be thinking about getting around Chatty Duck as soon as possible as well. So yeah, I think was Sean pretty much the first runner out of the leaders to pit there?
Yeah, he must have been. You can see from the mini-map, he's still got that top 5 cluster just going through the end of the second sector, so he's the only one of the top 5 who's pitted. I am incredibly surprised that he's chosen the hard tyre. I wonder if he just made a mistake, perhaps bumped something on the NFD and accidentally went to the hard. But yeah, those medium tyres can easily go that distance, and he has a moment at turn 13. Oh my word, did he have a moment at turn 13.
Wow. That was scary. That was definitely scary.
Oh, the top 2 are in. Top 3 are in. Maybe top 4? Yep, top 4 are in. Oh, and the fin actually clips the inside wall at pit entry. I've seen that a couple of times now.
And GTR and Failed UX are all into the pits as well, so the top 6 are all going into the pits. Chatty Duck now into the pits as well. Seafreeze is going to continue on, and he's pretty much, him and KGB Black Angel are going to take over the lead of this race. End of the world in pit either, so now pretty much everybody who was running on those medium tires is moving up. Sean locking up massively into turn 1, and he had a chance there of coming close to Go-To Guy, but Go-To Guy keeping 6th position comfortably out of the pits as they're coming up the hill through Radion and Eau Rouge. He will have DRS on Go-To Guy now. Go-To Guy also has DRS on the car in front of him, which is Seafreeze. Seafreeze has not stopped yet. This race, I feel like, is just about to heat up right now.
Well, we've got these pit rotations happening right as we speak, and we've got drivers on alternative strategies as well that are in the mix. Oh, contact and spin, it's Skywalker at turn 5. Breezy into him as well. Oh my word. Some action here at Spa-Francorchamps. A bit of contact between Skywalker, and I couldn't quite catch who he was battling with, but...
Seafreeze! Seafreeze has just spun through Puon.
Oh wow. Oh, no, did he go that deep? He went very, very deep.
Yeah, the car just completely, the back end just completely overtook the car there as he was coming into the corner, and he had to go way wide. He was doing quite well there, making up positions, and now dropped down to 11th place. Has GTR Lion right on the back of him, who's on a fresh medium set, and GTR Lion is not waiting for anything. He's going for the overtake right now to move himself up into 11th place. Seafreeze now has to cool down those tires and be very careful on them, because they might throw him off again at any moment. Moving up to the front though, maybe 01, who has not made has made a stop. Sorry, he came out on the medium tire, just overtaking End of the World right now, and he is pretty much in the best position apart from Sequit to go for the win here today.
That placed himself very, very nicely, but the fan lay behind 6.7 seconds. Quite a lot to try and catch up to the race leader. Not only that, but he also has to try and get by Black Angel as well. This isn't going to be the easiest thing in the world, so he might lose a bit more time once he catches up to the back of the Williams. So.
Yeah, and Black Angel will have to pit though, but he's probably not going to pit until lap, like, what, 15 or 16?
Yeah. Pretty much, but about 8 or so laps to go as Chatty Duck and Skywalker, what on earth was that? Skywalker and Chatty Duck sort of having this weird exchange at turn 5, where it looked like Skywalker tried to go for a move, or maybe missed a braking point and sort of goes down the inside of Kattegat with almost all four wheels off the racetrack. And they both had to take avoiding action to it. It was just very odd. I've never seen something like that before. And amazingly, they don't have damage either. I'm pretty sure they made contact. But, oh my word. Action everywhere at the moment. I don't quite know where to look.
Oh, here comes Go-To Guy trying to overtake. End of the World. They did bang wheels there a little bit. Another bang of wheels on the exit of the corner. End of the World did lose a lot of time, and that lets Sean through as well up into 4th and 5th positions. So this is, as I said, just about to heat up right now. Sean seems to be uber quick on those hard tires. Look at him closing up to Go-To Guy. Right after overtaking End of the World, he's doing really, really well on those tires. I think he's managed to, heat them up as quickly as possible there with the DRS now open, and he overtakes Go-To Guy for 4th place. Is Go-To Guy gonna think about defending? No, he's not gonna be close enough into the next corner there.
He's doing a good job at the moment. But yeah, I'm still surprised he went onto that hard tyre, but he's making it work at the moment, so... I guess I can't really question his decision if he's still got pace underneath him.
And I'm watching here as Failed UX and Tasmanian Devil are now battling together, which is a very interesting mix here. Tasmanian Devil is running on an 8-lap old soft tire. He was the first person to pit in this race due to damage on the first lap, so he's pretty much committing to a 2-stop strategy. He just overtook Failed UX, but Failed UX is doing a pretty good job of keeping up with him. So yeah, I'm not really sure how this one is going to turn out. Tasmanian Devil is going to have to come into the pits pretty soon here.
I imagine he will, and maybe 1 or 2 laps time, he'll probably come in for another set of soft tyres and go to the end. Or perhaps he may feel the need to go onto another set of mediums right about now to go to the end. I'm not quite sure what Tasmanian Devil is thinking right now at this stage. You can either do pit stop within 2, maybe 3 laps onto another set of softs, or you'll pit probably now, or in this case, next lap, and go for another set of mediums as Falcon X makes a move down the inside. And it's somewhat successful, not quite.
Ooh, Tasmanian Devil almost squeezed them into the wall there on the run into the hill, and that was very dangerous. Failed UX had to lift off there for a second as Tasmanian Devil lifted off coming up the hill, and here he comes right down the inside, and way before they even make it into their braking points, Failed UX up into 9th place, Tasmanian Devil down to 10th, and it seems like these soft tires are starting to fade on him pretty quickly here. He's probably going to have to think about making a pit stop pretty soon. Coming back to the front here, Sequit is right now 6.4 seconds clear of Mebi 01. KGB Black Angel in 3rd place, 1.2 seconds behind them. Sean is already up into 4th after coming out in 11th place on those hard tires after his pit stop, and he is 1.4 seconds behind them, trying to chase them down. Go-To Guy in 5th is within the DRS zone of Sean, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to stay with him. Sean here tonight, just like he has so far in Season 10, has been showing us that he definitely has a lot of pace no matter what the track is, no matter if he needs to be running in dirty air or clean air, and if he needs to overtake people. He's definitely got the skill and got the pace to do it. The only thing that's really hurt him so far in this season has been incidents that he got tangled up in, and he's been keeping it clean so far. Is getting a good run right now on KGB Black Angel as well, running that gap down as much as he can, and Go-To Guy is losing a little bit of time on him as well. So I think Sean is, he might be aiming for podium here tonight.
And while that has been going on, Tasmanian Devil has made his 2nd and final pit stop, going onto another set of soft compound tyres, which he will take to the end of the race. So, having to commit to this 2-stop strategy. He's a fair way behind, but it might change if there's a safety car that comes out at any point during this race. He'll keep fighting, but at the moment he's the fair way behind the pack.
And so far, we've spent 13 laps under green flag racing, have not had any major incidents. We have had a couple of cars go off, and no retirement so far. All 16 drivers are still on track and still running with us here tonight in round 6 in season 10. This is Platinum class, and we are in Spa-Francorchamps, the beautiful track. It's got uphill, downhills, elevations, and everything else you can imagine. Of course, our Rougeon Radion being the most famous part of the corner, and it's so far provided for some good excitement. No major incidents, as I said, and I think you know, overall, I gotta say our drivers here tonight are doing a great job. Huge thank you to everybody again that's watching the stream right now, and especially since we had that stream disconnection, I really just want to thank you guys so much for rejoining back and you know, getting back onto the stream. All the comments still coming in. Leave us a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are not subscribed to it just yet. Also, check out our social media pages. Our Facebook page is at 97 followers. We just need 3 more to hit that 100. So if you guys can help us out with that, that would be great. Here comes Sean coming up the hill on the straight with the DRS open, side by side with KGB Black Angel. And now into the next corner, he gets himself up into the podium positions. He's now running in 3rd place. Does not have to stop again on those hard tires. As long as he can keep it together, this can be a pretty good result here tonight for Sean. But KGB Black Angel dropping down to 4th place, and now Go-To Guy is only about 4 tenths behind him, and probably gonna think about making a move on him in the next few laps. We've got 8 more laps to go. Smeg, what do you think we can expect from the rest of the race? Do you think any other surprises might come our way?
Maybe. I do notice that the clouds are still hanging over the top of us, so it doesn't look like rain at the moment, but again, probably best to keep an open mind. It'll be interesting to see as well whether or not Sean can make any ground on Medea in front on these hard tyres. At the moment he isn't. He's currently losing a little bit of time, but he's shown some pretty surprising pace, in my opinion, on those tyres, being able to keep up with the drivers around him who are on much grippier compounded tyres. It makes me wonder what this guy could do if he was on a set of mediums. Maybe he might be able to launch an assault for 2nd place. But for the rest of the field, well, we've got this sort of almighty train of cars coming through the bus stop. But amazingly, none of them are within DRS range of each other. They're all spread out quite evenly at the moment. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll just be in this sort of nothing period in the race to sort of wait for the medium runners who started this race to switch on to softs, and we might be able to see them charge through the field at some point.
And there goes Go-To Guy up into 4th place, overtaking KGB Black Angel. So now KGB has lost a couple of positions in a matter of a single lap there. Probably not going to be happy with that. He's one of the medium runners that have not pitted yet. So he's pretty much the highest running driver right now who has not pitted. Damaso would be the next one from there. And in a couple of laps time, KGB Black Angel is probably going to have to make that pit stop. It looks like from the rest of the grid, he's probably going to lose quite a few positions. He might come out right towards the end of the grid there, pretty much.
I think he'll come out behind W and P10, and I think he's going to be pitting this lap. He knows he's losing time, and the longer he stays out, the more time he loses. It's best to just get in, get those soft tyres on, and make the charge. Probably just deal with the soft tyre at the end of the race. Just deal with its lack of tyre life. And there we go, Black Angel, he goes in. Nice and gently into the pits, make sure he doesn't speed. And yeah, he'll be switching onto the soft tyre, try and make his charge through the field.
and Damaso also goes into the pits, and this moves up GTR, Lion, and W both a position. So they're now in 7th and 8th. Not too far away from Failed UX either, only about 3.6 seconds away. Failed UX is in 6th place, chasing down FYKV. He's just within that DRS zone, just has enough to get it opened up, but he doesn't seem to be gaining too much time on the straights. I think setups might be playing some effect here tonight as well.
As I thought, Black Angel will come out in 9th place, just behind W. He does have Breezy in behind within a second, but he's on 11 lap old mediums. I don't think he'll be launching too much of himself. But it'll be interesting to see find Black Angel can find on this stretch set tyres. Got a fair amount of ground to make in order to catch up to W. But yeah, it'll be a very interesting car to watch.
And not much time left.
No, only 7 laps to go, so it'll be very interesting to see. As the rest of the field seems somewhat stagnant at the moment, everyone's sort of nicely, evenly gapped out, except for maybe the battle between 7 and Lion and W. These two are within a second of each other, 7/10 of a second, I might say. Food ones are heading into the bus stop chicane. Now for W, it's just about getting a run through La Source and through Eau Rouge Radion to try and make a move into turn 5. Not the most brilliant exit out of the bus stop chicane, lost a little bit of time. But here it's a very fluke, but he might need another lap to try and just set up a move, overtake a TCR line. I thought he was going to overshoot turn 5 then, but I think he pulled it up quite nicely.
Here comes Tasmanian Devil on Chatty Duck for P13 in tonight's race, and he actually setting a fastest sector in Sector 1 as well. Tasmanian Devil started from the back of the grid here tonight, while his teammate started from pole position. He actually gave him slipstream twice in qualifying as well, and honestly, if I was in Tasmanian Devil's shoes, I would be a little bit upset with that, because I feel like if he started in a better position today, if he didn't have those trouble on lap 1, he might have been in a much better position right now towards the end of this race.
Yeah, he'd at least be in a point scoring position, or in a tight point scoring position. Unfortunately, the way it works in Formula 1, finishing 13 is about the same as not finishing at all. It's the same result with no points, so I say when there's still 5 laps to go. But yeah, he'd be a bit disappointed that he hasn't been able to really capitalise this race, try and score some good points, not only for himself, but also for the team. So. But he's still fighting on, which is good to see. No retirement still, which is fantastic.
And it looks like Failed UX is thinking about going on FYKV, but with the DRS and the slipstream, he was getting very close, but just not close enough. But this could turn out to be a very late battle here for 5th position. The difference between 5th and 6th, I'm pretty sure, is just a few points, just a couple of points there. But I think it's just going to be a matter of Failed UX wanting to get through and wanting to get in that position just for position's sake. And now they're going through Pouan here. Very nice corner through there. Failed UX keeping a very close corner to the inside of the curb, whereas I feel like a lot of drivers like to go wider through that corner and try to sort of slingshot yourself around. But Failed UX is now within 0.3 of a second on FYKV, and he's got a better exit out of that corner as well. Very, very close to the rear end of him as they're going to be coming through the left-hander now and into the bus-stop chicane in a few moments. He's not using his overtake. He touches the grass on the outside there, thinking about going on the move on down the inside. FYKV almost losing the car there through the chicane, and now he's going to have a little bit of DRS again to help him into turn 1. Is he going to be close enough on this one? I think probably not, and most drivers will actually choose to wait until the straight up the hill, because you have a longer straight, a longer run, and you can pull out a gap before you even come in into turn 5. So here we come through Radion and through our Rouge. Oh, a little bit wiggly there from Failed UX. FYKV keeping it a little bit better together there. But now look at that DRS and overtake button enabled. And that is Failed UX moving up into 5th place now.
Yeah, very typical Spa move there from Failed UX. As W tries to do the same thing, but runs out of room at turn 5. Had to cut the circuit. Trying to make a move on TCR Lion, and here comes Black Angel on those soft compound tyres. He's got 2 positions lined up very nicely here. If he can carry some good momentum coming down the Camel Straight, he might be able to pick off these 2 drivers in front and put himself into 7th place, which is quite a nice drive from the winning driver, from 11th if I remember correctly. He's now inside the point scoring position, so
yeah, he's very close to the back of W now, KGB Black Angel. He can still gain possibly that 1 position there, get up into 8th, gain a few more points. That will definitely be nice for him. I'm just looking at the position changes here. So Mebe 01 moved up a couple of positions from where he started. Sean lost out a position. Go-To Guy, Failed UX, and FYKV both up a couple of positions from where they started. And KGB Black Angel, oh, touching the back of W there as they're coming onto the start-finish straight with the DRS open. He's going around the outside. They're going to be side-by-side as they're coming into turn 1 now. KGB Black Angel just tucking around the back of W, just not quite close enough there. But now they're going to go up the hill, and the next little sector with the DRS is going to be the perfect place for KGB to make his move. But going back to the position changes, GTR Lion is the biggest winner out of this session so far. He moved up 7 positions. He started 14th on the grid and is now running in 7th. That is a very impressive job from him. W down 4 positions, Breezy down 7 positions, Tasmanian Devil up 5, End of the World up 3 positions in this race. Very good job from him. And then we've got 007 Skywalker down 4, Chatty Duck down 4, and Damaso and Seafreeze each lost 3 positions throughout this race from where they started. So I don't think they'll be very happy with their races, but those guys who have gained all those positions, on the other hand, will definitely be very happy with that. FYKV is now within the DRS zone of Failed UX. This is a position that I feel like might become available again right in the next couple of laps here, as we're now on lap 20 of 22. It's been a very clean race. We haven't had any any VSCs, any safety cars, any major incidents. We had a couple of people just spin out and lose the car, but get back on track pretty cleanly. So overall, a very nice race here.
Yeah, at the moment, we still have 2 laps ago. As there's a yellow flag, just briefly then. I think that was Skywalker, which was briefly brought out a yellow flag at turn 15. But yeah, I think FYKV is going to try and set up a last lap move on Failed UX. He needs to just set this up. He needs to save a little bit of ERS, save a little bit of fuel, try and make a move on the last lap. He's within 6/10 of Failed, and actually he's spending a fair amount of overtake here. I don't think that's particularly wise. Just save as much as you can up and launch a last lap attack. As Black Angel makes a move on TCR Lion for 7th place, and actually that move that Black Angel tried to make against W at turn 1, it was probably better for W to let KGB Black Angel overtake him, because W would just fall in behind the Williams and he'd get DRS down the Camel Straight and then re-overtake Black Angel.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, he just had a massive crash. I just switched on board with him to see how he's doing, and he was going through the air. He hit the outside wall on turn, what was that, turn 9?
Okay. I have never seen that before.
And we have our first DNF, unfortunately, in this race. We were so close. We're literally on lap 22 of 22 here. We were very, very close to be able to finish the race without major incidents, without any DNFs, but unfortunately that didn't work out. Now Sequid has started lap 22 of 22, as I said. Tasmanian Devil is lining up a move on TCR Breezy for 9th position as they come into the last chicane.
He might have a move for second on here.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't noticed it, but Sean is well in behind.
Oh,
Pace on the hard tyre.
maybe was thinking about squeezing him off there onto the grass. Almost went Sean, but into second position now before turn 5 is Sean. What a great job from him, recovering back to the spot where he started in this race, even after his early pit stop.
I can't quite believe that. The hard tyre, under Sean's control at least, proving to be somewhat effective, but that is exceptional driving Sean to pull this off on that compound. Because I've never seen anyone properly use it in this race in a competitive sense. They would only use it if it was their last option, but Sean proving me wrong. Now finds himself back in second place. Hold up. Secret coming through, launching up now. What a drive, huh? Fantastic drive. Coming through the bus stop chicane for the final time. Secret takes victory here at Spa-Francorchamps, a superb one at that. Sean will cross the line in P2, Mehdi in P3.
Great job from those guys.
P4, a solid day for Alfa Romeo it seems, as Failed UX makes the move on FYKV, as I thought he might on the final lap. Oh!
Failed UX, yeah, 5-second penalty. I'm not sure what that was for, but he drops down to 5th place. And I'm sure that they'll take a look at that. Might have been a glitch though, but Sequid starting on pole position, leading for the whole race. Pretty much had the cleanest race out of everybody. I didn't see him having to make any overtakes at all pretty much here tonight. Just straight on pace alone, Sequid was right out there, and he is our winner here tonight. Sean in second, Maybe in third, Go-To Guy in fourth, FYKV in fifth, KGB Black Angel 6th, GTR Lion 7th, Failed UX 8th, Tasmanian Devil made his way up to 9th place from the back of the grid, and TCR Breezy taking the last point here today, although I'm sure he will be submitting that incident that he had earlier on in the race to be reviewed, because I'm not really sure how to call that one. I would probably say it was a racing incident. They were just fighting for position, and it was an unfortunate touch, but we will have to wait and see. But Smeg, your impressions with the race here tonight?
Very nice one at Spa, and I'm glad I've got 2 of the 3 predictions correct. I've got Sequid and Sean, Black Angel, unfortunately just missing out, coming home in P6, but yeah, a very nice race. It's good to see that the rain stayed away. We had a nice, clean, dry race with no greasy conditions. But a superb drive from Sequid. Just dominated all the way through, had complete control over the race. Fantastic display of speed and just pure dominance from him. And a surprising display of driving from Sean to make those hard tyres work. I'm still trying to comprehend that. That was very well done from him. Of course, Mede finishing in P3 for Red Bull. Very well done to all 3 drivers on the podium.
And Sequid is going to extend his leadership at the championship right now. He was at 88 points, but this is going to give him another 25 points for his lead and for his run for the championship this season. He's definitely on the charge. Sean, second in the championship, second here tonight as well. So he's going to be trying to keep close to Sequid. Maybe 01 third and taking that last spot on the podium. Go-To Guy in fourth, FYKV fifth. KGB Black Angel in 6th, GTR Lion 7th, Failed UX in 8th, Tasmanian in 9th. Very impressive from him, and also got the fastest lap of the race with a 144.363. TCR Breezy in 10th, taking that last point. End of the World 11th, Chatty Duck 12th, Damaso 13th, Skywalker 14th, and unfortunately Seafreeze 15th, and W was the only retirement out of the race. Still very impressive, but I was really hoping we would have no retirements here tonight, but it wasn't quite the case. Overall, though, that rain never came that we were sort of expecting because of how gloomy the skies were looking. I think, yeah, just a really good race overall. It was very clean. There was a lot of battling on track. It wasn't, you know, down to anything crazy like incidents or safety cars. It was just pretty much everybody running a good pace and trying to do a good job. So let's try and get our podium finishers into the party here. So that would be Sequit, Sean, and was it Mebi that got the third spot? I am not even sure if I have him as a friend, to be completely honest with you. But I do apologize for the blue screen, guys. I'm gonna be right back with it while we get these guys in here. Alright. So, where is Sequit? There's Sean. And Sequit. Alright guys, just hang with us for one moment as we are getting our podium finishers into here. Yeah, I put them into the suggested drivers, so they should show up there for you. And we are back onto the stream now. We're gonna wait until our podium finishers join in here in just a second, but wow, what a race that was. That was definitely very exciting from our commentator perspective. Especially those battles in the midfield between all of those drivers were very nice, but also some of our front drivers are very impressive. Of course, Sequit with a massive gap at the finish there. He pretty much had the race all to himself, and here he is in the party as well. Sequit, welcome. Congratulations on another win. You've just extended your championship lead by quite a few more points. Sean got in second there, so he's going to be keeping close to you, but how are you feeling after that one, and how did the race feel overall?
Boring, to be honest. I mean, I don't know what happened at the start, but it was just being blatantly honest as a driver and stuff. Just because, you know, the start was crazy. I got hit a little bit by I don't know who it was, but then after that, I guess I had pace that I had no idea I really had, and it was kind of boring in a way because last race I was actually fighting a lot of stuff. But I mean, I'm very happy to get the win. But yeah, it was, for me, I didn't have any like crazy emotion this race. I knew Sean he loves sticking on the hard tires. So I was just watching that, making sure the gap to him was a stable gap, because just in case he got past Meb, which whoever he was today, first time I ever raced against him, he's pretty fast, whoever that guy was, to keep up in second place. So yeah, I mean, my boy Sean, of course, in the Ferrari, getting P2 and stuff. Me and him are going to be fighting all season, and I'm just happy that I got another win.
Smack, questions from you?
I don't know, quite frankly, what to ask. Secret, it just looked like a very clean race from your perspective. No troubles throughout the race, just fairly straightforward.
Very straightforward. I mean, when I would, you know, the track limits and stuff from last race, I wanted to make sure this race I made sure everything was 100%. You know what I mean? So, my race pace could have been maybe like, I would say a couple seconds quicker, but I slowed down and stuff, especially when I felt like I was going to go wide. I was slowing down and stuff, so I just didn't go crazy. I realized that I had the gap and I had the pace, and as soon as I came out of the pits and I saw that I had a 9-second or 8-second gap, I was like, okay, everybody else behind me needs to pit, except for the guy who is 9 seconds behind me. So I was like, okay, that's the gap that I have, and it's great to be back on top after a pretty bad race at Britain.
Congrats again on that win, and yeah, we mentioned it earlier in the stream that your 100% race in Britain didn't go exactly to your plan, but definitely a great recovery here today, getting the win, getting pole position. You didn't quite get the fastest lap, but your teammate did. Actually, that is one more question I want to ask you as well. We've noticed during qualifying that your teammate gave you slipstream twice, and he failed to set a time. Is that something that you guys sort of, plan for? Is it a clear driver, like number one driver, number two driver, or do you guys switch every race? What's the strategy there?
No. He has two. This was his second back of the grid penalty that he had to serve.
Oh.
So there is no number one. There is no number two. We don't play that. We don't.
So you just used sort of the situation to your advantage, eh?
Well, I asked the top administrators before in Britain if I could do it, and they said yes, but we didn't get to it. But at this race, I knew it was important. And actually, on that last run, he gave me a great slipstream up the hill, gained about a tenth and a half, and then I finished right before I came into the. I'm kind of mad in a way, Blin, because you know how I am sometimes with the fastest laps. I wanted to get into the 40 point. I want to get to like a 40.9, 40.8. I was 3/10 up on my bubble. I kind of got ahead of myself, and when I went into the bus stop, chicane locked up and lost all that time. Still improved, but it could have been under that. I was.
You weren't upset by yourself. Yeah, actually, Smeg was very upset about that as well. He was rooting for you to get into the 140s there, and when you crossed the line,
you just missed it.
I did a 40.8 in quali trim without a toe, but that was just a different kind of lap that I was on. It was crazy. I couldn't repeat it, but I mean, I was hoping a 40.9 because I just wanted to make sure nothing that happened at Silverstone was going to happen this race or for the rest of the season. I just want to keep focused. So, yeah, I mean, it was a good race all in all.
Congrats, yeah. Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the season. Let's move on to Sean getting another second place finish. So now for the last 4 races, you've been on the podium straight. You had a win and 3 second finishes. How are you feeling about today's race and how are you feeling about your performance in the season so far?
I'm pretty happy with, I guess, the end result today, considering what happened in the race. That was definitely a pretty rough one for me. I didn't really feel comfortable in the car at any point today or in practice, but yeah, I made some mistakes, and luckily I kind of limited the damage as much as I could and got back into second. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy, but at the same time I'm not really happy with myself. But at least I'm being consistent with my results and not losing too many points to Secret, but the gap is definitely growing still.
So what happened to you at turn 10? I caught a brief glimpse of that, just a brief yellow. You lost a lot of time and the position to Mede as well. Just flip the inside curve?
No, I didn't even do that. I lost the car once on entry, and then halfway through the corner, the car completely gave out and I half spun. Luckily, it didn't go around completely, and it just kind of moved literally straight to the side along the corner, so I didn't lose. I lost minimal time considering what happened, but it was completely out of nowhere, and that's, yeah, I didn't expect that at all.
And how...
You must have dropped a little bit of confidence with that, because every time you go through there, you might have just been a bit more hesitant because of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially in the beginning on the hard tires, following people. Like, every single time I took that corner, it was always, the car was about to step out on me the whole time. And I mean, it was doing that in qualifying and in practice, and I just couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong or what was wrong in the setup. But, I mean, I only made one mistake, so I guess that's good. But...
Yeah, I think we also all wanted to know, how the hell did you make those hard tires work so well for you? Because you were overtaking people on brand new mediums, and you were just running away with it. Was it down to your setup, or did you practice on that hard tire before?
I have no idea, to be honest. I only did one practice race and maybe 5 or 6 laps on the hards, but it was not as easy, if it looked easy, as you might think. The first few laps when I came out of the pits and I was having to work my way through a few drivers, I don't know if you saw, but I went off, or almost went off the track like 6 or 7 times. It was pretty rough, but I mean, once, I don't know, I guess when I burned off some fuel and got the tires up to temperature, it was fine after that, but I don't think there's really too much of a difference between the mediums and hards.
All right, cool. Well, congratulations on another podium finish. As I said, that's 4 in a row for you, and very good run. Good points to add to your total in the Driver Championship as well. Good luck for the rest of Season 10.
Thank you.
Alright, so that is all of the podium drivers that we have with us here today. Mabby01, we're not really familiar with him. I'm not sure if he's a new driver to the league, but we couldn't get him into the stream for post-race interviews. But that was a great race. I think it was a very well, built out race in terms of the technical requirements from the drivers. They all had to pretty much had 100% focus today and run their own race, run their own pace, and figure out how to stay out of trouble. Most of our drivers did that very well. We only had here tonight, again extending his championship lead. I want to say a huge thank you to Mr. Smeg. Thank you so much for joining me. It was very much last second. You just sort of jumped into it and you're ready to go. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for joining us again.
It's alright, I'm always happy to help out. And yeah, pretty decent race at Spa. It wasn't action-packed like it normally would be, but you get to see some proper racing, not just action because of drama and crashing and whatnot. You get to see some good old-fashioned proper racing. It was good to watch, so yeah, quite happy to help out.
And I hope to hear you on our streams again during the season. Let us know whenever you're available. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us today here. Thank you everyone who's been watching this stream and all the other streams throughout the week for Silver, Gold, and Platinum class. It was a very exciting round here in Spa-Francorchamps. Silver was a wet race, so if you guys missed out on that one, definitely rewatch that one. There was a lot of excitement, a lot of drama, a lot of safety cars and incidents going on, of course, because of the weather. It ended up going into dry later into the race as well, so that was a very exciting one. But Platinum class here tonight was just a very clean and very good race to watch and commentate on. So thank you again to all the Platinum drivers, all of the TCR officials, stewards, and everybody else who do their work every single week to make sure that this league works well and all of our races happen here and that everybody's happy. But from myself here, from BLIN-MACHINE, and from the Smeg in the commentary booth, thank you so much for joining, and join us again next week. We're going to be in Spain on Tuesday for Silver class to start us off, and then of course Wednesday and Thursday for Gold and Platinum. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave us a like, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the action, and we will see you very soon. Have a great weekend and have a good night.